G'day, this is Captainoob and this is the VSS. This is a somewhat customizable stand-alone special sniper type weapon that I believe in real life it's something that the Russian Special Forces would use. Are they called Spetsnaz still? I don't really know. But anyways, I'm really liking the look of this weapon. The finish on the wood looks heaps good. So yeah, this thing hits for 230 damage, which is just with the standard receiver is a lot of damage. Now I've got a couple of other weapons here just to compare it. So we've got the semi-auto advanced receiver handmade rifle doing 256, so it's only a little bit better. This thing's only standard, and you've got the sniper rifle firing 50 cals doing less damage than this, but still, we're almost up to that already, so we'll just quickly clear these out of the way, and we'll chuck a receiver on. Okay, so it's worth mentioning that we've also got the ability to chuck automatic receivers on this, which is pretty good, but chucking the most powerful semi-auto receiver, we're almost up to 400 damage, which is very, very powerful indeed. You can't do anything with the barrels, but you can change the sights. You can go from a basket, you can have an aim point right on the front, NATO 4, NATO 5, NATO 6. That's just basically saying how much is going to zoom in, I suppose. The zoom factor is 4, 5, and 6 on those scopes respectively. A PSO, which is a scope that I'm familiar with the Battlefield games. And you can have some even longer scopes on it, including this one, which is bigger than the weapon itself. Okay, maybe not that one. Let's just start off small with a basket sight. And we'll move on to the muzzles. Can't do anything, it's already got that integrated suppressor, so we'll move on from that. Nothing you can do with the stock either, that's fine, the stock is good enough. And you can change your mag from 10 bullets maximum to 20 bullets, which is useful because the reload on this thing is actually quite long, so having more bullets to shoot before you need to reload is advantageous. You can chuck on a grip if you feel like it. That'll help us control the recoil, I guess. I'm not actually sure though. And next we've got a flashlight if you feel like putting that on. A lot of this I think I've seen in the 9x39 project, so the animations might be taken exactly from there. If you want to make this thing do even more damage, you can push that up to 626, which is a little bit much, but it's an option. And you can change the camo on this, which is pretty good. Let's get a nice green camo going for Iris. Flektan. I guess that's kind of Russian. What else is there? There's a snake. That doesn't look like a snake to me, that looks like a VSS. Tiger Strike. You can't beat Tiger Strike. Okay, there's also a legendary effect. We won't need it. Alright, I'm going to create a auto version of this, and I'll see you where we usually shoot people. Okay, since this thing is decided to be overpowered, I'm going to assault the Immersive Gunners Plaza Stronghold in the broad daylight. Let's see how we go. Now, first of all, I want to kill these blood bugs, because this is, if I hide around in these woods, we should be okay. Was that a hatchling? Wow, they're really they're throwing really low-level dudes at me. That's okay. Now we've got a decent line of sight on all of these gunners, so we'll begin to take them out. Getting pretty good damage right off the bat here if we sneak attack crit. I'm not sure how long that would last though, because these guys will start running at me, and when they do detect me, I'll be hitting them for only half the damage I would be normally, because I'm playing on very hard difficulty. There's a lot of targets here. It's a very target-rich environment, so there's no excuses for me missing right now, but I am. Now, knowing this is a special sniper rifle, at least according to Wikipedia, I'm kind of regretting not putting that scope on right now, and we kind of wish I did, because right now you probably can't actually see what I'm shooting at. I think I got a cheeky headshot there, though, and again. So at least I'm lucky in that respect. Using this thing in a controlled fire situation, the recoil doesn't seem to be a lot, but it is jumping around a little bit, more so than you'd expect a vanilla weapon to jump around a bit, which I'm okay with. I don't mind having a little bit of serious recoil to deal with from time to time, but it's nothing too obnoxious, you know. It strikes a nice balance between usability and realism, and I don't know if I can make that realism account though, because I've never actually fired a weapon, let alone a VSS before, but don't worry, the Russian people are going to come after me with VSSs, because I'm going to be, I guess, showing people that this mod exists and leaking it, even though it's been on mod piracy for months at this point. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Okay, so now we're definitely in danger. This tree is good to sit behind. They're sort of coming at me not all at once, which makes it half manageable. You'll notice that the reload animation takes a while, and that is why putting the extended mags on this is so damn important. And also, when you fire this thing, when you hip fire it, you'll notice that the whole screen sort of shakes, which is kind of nauseating, but does give you the indication this thing does have a little bit more punch. So even when you are firing not aiming down sight. So you get that nice feel of recoil. This weapon's got a bit of personality to it. It likes to kick back when you fire it. That's nice. Okay, let's switch over to our automatic one, just with iron sights here. What was that guy shooting at? Probably a feral ghoul. Yep, he is friendly to me for some reason. Probably because Iris is one with radiation, and ghouls and radiation are a good mix. Okay, so hip firing this thing. There seems to be no violent screen shake when you actually make this thing fly up. Oh, nice. That ghoul is actually a vampire. I think that's ghoulish making that ghoul friendly, which is an excellent distraction because they're all using M416s on me, or HK416s. He's about to die though. I'm just going to use him as a meat shield. You did good, ghoul. I would have killed you if I was in a worse mood. So, you'll go through these bullets in a blink of an eye, but when you do get on point, if you can just zero in on the face, you can kill people very, very quickly. Now, I'm hitting them for almost 200 damage and over sometimes when not utilizing sneak attack criticals, so if that's anything to go by, this thing should be obliterating everything in sight when we are landing those sneak attack criticals. But that's why I choose to use this thing during the day, because the time for sneak attack criticals is a little bit later. Doesn't mean I'm not going to use some VATS criticals though, so we should be able to one-burst them. Yes, we can. Also, the weapon kept firing despite me being out of VATS. If you could just pop your head out so I could shoot you so I don't have to jump down, that'd be good. And one-bursted her. There's a couple of gunners running towards me here. Quickly finish them off. Jump up on this dome thing. A little bit harder to hit targets like that. Don't have to wait through a reload if you switch weapons. Nice thing to deal with. There we go. And whilst we're reloading our weapon here, we'll go ahead and check out the fire escape, which appears to have more gunners. A crit should sort you out. Indeed it will. And as for you, we'll see how much a crit does normally with the standard receiver or the automatic receiver. It does about half damage, which is pretty good. If you're playing on lesser difficulties, you can experience this thing in its truly overpowered form. We'll just go ahead and do a subtle door breach. Don't throw a grenade in because we're not special forces. We don't know what we're doing. We're just a crazy broad using a suppressed weapon. Oh, you've got one too, do you? No, you've got the 9x39 project one. You also did a lot of damage to me. What were you using? Yep, one of mine. Well, at least from another mod, I think. I'm not sure. But I did configure it to go onto the level list. Those who are watching during the stream where I did it know what I'm talking about. Anyways, we should be good to go into Nerd Rage. And with 2,500 damage on that guy with a headshot, we are done with the outside of Gunner's Plaza. The fog is rolled in because Vivid Weathers likes to make a mess of the weather. But we're okay. We'll pop a stim pack, we'll go inside, and we'll kill people. Alright, here we are in Gunner's Plaza, and taking a quick look at this thing in third person, because I forgot to do that before. As you can tell, the foregrip isn't utilized in the third-person animations, which is unfortunate, but whatever. Also, the flashlight is like that. It's kind of like a power armor light, but on your gun instead of your noggin. So that's pretty cool, I guess. It's nice and bright. It's a good replacer to your regular Pip-Boy flashlight, which can get in the way sometimes. Completely unnecessary reload. I'm not even going to deal with that. It is foggy in here, though, so hopefully we can get through these gunners without being fogged over. Now, this person over here, looks like he's standing there, will just shoot you in the leg and one-shot you there. Take out these turrets before they can cause trouble. So far, so good. We are in caution. They do know that there's someone in here killing everyone. But if we can just stay nice and hidden, we should be fine. Now, there's a little bit of a hole in the ground that I can fall through here, and I'll be behind some things. So if I break line of sight, I'll be more stealthy. There's one there. Yeah, you should have stayed behind that stepladder, girly. Killed that next one. And are we clear? No, I dropped right in front of somebody. We'll just open this door. They won't notice anything's wrong. And we managed to kill her without being detected. Still in hidden. Panicked a little bit there. Almost got detected, but we managed to take her out before she could find out where we are. Kill that guy. Hopefully he deleted his history. Otherwise, other gunners are going to laugh at whatever he's into. Okay, we are detected at this point, but it's okay. Let's get some VAT shot on Captain Bridget, because I can't be bothered aiming for myself. That was like a first-person view of what Bridget was seeing, too, for a second. That was weird. I've never had that with VATs before. Probably just because the camera was being blocked by other things. But what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and hit this guy with a standard bat shot, because we're using the automatic one now. Get a nice burst, and then we can kill that one just by mag dumping her face. Gonna have no problems with the range and recoil of the auto one now. Now they're in close quarters combat, so no problems here. This thing is pretty well suited to being up in your face, and also it is suited for range too, so it's quite a versatile weapon. Taking on multiple enemies at once is something that it really can't do. If you're going to run into a group of enemies, you probably want something a little bit more high capacity, like a handmade rifle from the Nuka World DLC. Or maybe an M60 mod. That mod's pretty decent. I like that mod. Finishing up on the last of the gunners here. We'll quickly kill the rest of them. Got ourselves into some more trouble. We'll just go ahead and gun through these ones. There we go. And last but not least, this turret goes down. And now we're finished. Alright, so I'm going to choose sneak attack criticals on Swan because I feel like we can kill him super easily and super fast using this thing. Obviously, pausing to reload is going to slow down the kill a little bit, but we should be okay either way, so let's go to that. Okay, to add insult to injury, I'm doing this during the day as well, so I'll pop a stealth boy, 30 seconds I think of being nice and cloaked, and with that we should be able to kill him nice and easily. Actually, I think I've got a little bit more because I've got Deacon's perk. That's why I'm getting a little bit more with my sneak attack criticals. If I didn't have to reload every couple of seconds of firing this, he would have been dead by now. If we shoot him in VATS, how good is that going to do? Pretty damn good, especially if they're all headshots. Yeah, I kind of expected it to go that way. Yeah, this thing's very powerful. Perhaps overpowered? Maybe. I'll let you decide. Also, I can't see myself. That's weird. Okay, so we've swapped up the attachments a little bit. I've just got a medium scope on this one, and this one I've just put the sight on the front because I wanted to see what that was all like. Swan's over there, oh no, Gerald's over there. He's staring down the gunners from afar, so what I'm going to do instead is just take out some raider scumbags. Yeah, sure. There's also a scavenger there. They're standing in a really bad spot out in the open, raiders around the corner. Not a good spot, but we've taken out those guys one shot, which is okay, but I want to test this against some super mutants at range, and that is why I have grabbed a scope on this thing so we can actually see how that works, and a medium scope so we can get a decent view, even though I generally go with short scopes here in Fallout 4. Looks like we can get sniper knockdowns, which is useful. We can use this knowledge to kill Gerald easy if he decides to run up. I think I just hit that super mutant for 1k despite being pretty far away at this point. We must be pushing this thing's range a little bit. We one-shotted that guy. That might have been only a skirmisher though, so who knows. Dead in 2 shots for Mr. Super Mutant Warlord. That's a knockdown for you. Mr. Minigun will be forced back into cover by a phantom who's shooting bullets at them, yet he somehow knows where they are. I don't know. I think that's more than visible. And I've been clever girled by a doggo. That's okay. Well, they're going to be coming at me now, so I wonder what the Super Mutant Warlord's got on him. Probably something pretty good. But what I'm going to do is switch over to my automatic one since it's decided to be like this. And now we're back into caution. And that's lens flare. I don't think that's realistic for humans to see lens flare, but I'm going to get rid of that. I don't want J.J. Abrams getting too excited now, do I? One more bullet in this. No money shotting in Fallout 4, so we'll go for a reload. Like I'll be playing Salvador anyway, fuck that. It's a good way to lure them all out though, and since we're back into caution, we can still get those sneak attack crits so we can kill them very easily, hitting them for over 1k damage. Very good stuff. Very overpowered stuff, but still it's good. Sometimes not facing tanky super mutants is good, you know? Alright, so according to the compass, 2 left. It's just the doggo and the man who doesn't move out of the bus. I don't think his pathing allows him. He's too tall. He'll bump his head on the way out. Oh, he actually got out. Good on him. Well, at this point, I think that Gerald has cleared out the rest of them. And yeah, I'm just going to give you a crit. That's what you deserve, mate. So Gerald has probably cleared out all of the gunners at this point. I've killed enough gunners today, so I'll let him try to catch up. And We hit him so hard that the game lags out for a second. Fine. Now, he's usually got a posse of super mutant warlords at his disposal, so we'll probably be seeing them in just a second. Speak of the devil. They should be easily taken out. If I get some nice headshots on them, that'd be good. If only I could find this many legendary warlords in Fallout 76, that'd be good. Alright. We're a little bit in a not great situation where it's still hidden somehow. I'm gonna target your face. Okay, we're still using the automatic one. He's gonna fall on top of us. This is not a good situation. Also, that's gonna give me nightmares, that particular view. And so was that. Okay, I'm seeing many parts of Gerald that I don't particularly want to see. So I'm gonna run into this building. I don't have escape artists like they do in Fallout 76, but I've managed to go back into caution right away. Okay, well, I'll use that to my advantage. Ah, there's someone over there. They're going to draw the fire away from me a little bit, which is useful, I guess. As soon as they're killed, we can go back to killing Gerald and his friends. Am I back in danger? Yes, I am. That explains why I'm not doing all that damage. What's this button do? Oh, that's what that gate is for. Wow, I've played how many hours of this game, and I have no idea what that does. Jesus. I call myself some sort of expert on this game. No, I'm stupid, apparently. But hey, that's kind of cool, I guess. Then, oh, they moved up just a little bit so you can sneak in. Well, too bad that button's up there, but still. Maybe if you wanted to get a sentry bot in, you could go that way. Okay, according to Vats, we'll be doing a lot of damage to him. Yep, we're sneak attack critting him. This is good news as he comes charging in. I don't know how we're remaining hidden. Maybe some Fallout 76 stealth mechanics have been leaking into my Fallout 4 gameplay as of late. Almost done though, just one super mutant warlord to go. Don't really need to sneak on him. We'll just go ahead and hit him twice with some Vats criticals. We'll let the mysterious stranger claim the last kill. And there we have it. That was the VSS. It's a solid weapon. It's very overpowered, and I'm going to go on the spotlight for this outro so we can see what the lighting looks like there. That's very bright. At least you can see her this time, right? So if you'd like to see this thing in your game, check the just be quiet about this. Just between you and me, just check the link in the description. There shall be a link down there. Don't tell any Russian people you ever saw me.